So, John, we've spoke about this many times. The results aren't really what we say care for, but aren't the important thing. It's mainly the fitness, getting the players to familiarise each other. But what did you make of it out there tonight?
I actually really enjoyed it. We knew what to expect from Crewe. Not often you watch games in pre-season friendly the opposition, but obviously knowing what they're about, how they play, you wanted to have a sort of an idea what you come up against. So we watched a bit of footage in a different class. They're a top footballing side. But I actually enjoyed the game itself, how it panned out. I thought we had a better side in the first half. Thought we were outstanding. Should have been 2 or 3 up. You know, I'm not. It's nothing. No sour grapes or anything like that. It was a top game. I thought we were absolutely outstanding in the first half, and then you can apply that to the first 15 minutes of the second half, where Rio has the chance where he tries to lob the keeper and it goes over the bar. He had another near post header, and it was all us, to be fair, in terms of chances. But they're a very classy outfit. You know, I actually said in my programme notes, you could go back 40 years with Crewe, with their DNA. They were doing this before anyone even thought about it at any level of football. So you know what to expect. Really top quality coach, technical footballers that understand the game and the rules. So it was a perfect test for us, especially now we knew we had Buxton in the first game we see, you know, like a mini version of Crewe in a lot of ways. But I thought we were brilliant. Really enjoyed it. They made subs on 60 minutes. Some top quality came on. And you could see that, you know, for 15-20 minutes, they pulled us to pieces and they punish you. And that's what happens. That's no different to what we did on Saturday to a lesser opposition. But I thought it was a really good test for us. I thought the lads in the main, especially the first half in the main, was superb. And we got exactly what we wanted. We got exactly what we wanted out of it in terms of being exposed, which won't happen too often at our level. It never happened last season that often, where that type of football cuts you open, slices you open, ties you in knots, and it come over like a short period of time, over 15-20 minutes. But if you look at either side of that, or not really at the end of it where we got our goal, but before that I thought we were outstanding, so it was a really good workout.
I was going to say that it was clear to say at elements of the game we were more than a match, particularly in that first half, especially in terms of the pressing. That was key to what I could see anyway. It
was brilliant. It was really good. But I think when you've committed to 45 minutes, I do think it's easier in the first half to play. And then in the second half, when you're putting the second new team on, they're more or less keeping the same team on. They're already in the game. And then they bring quality on as well. So we've got one more game. I think on Friday we'll probably do another 2:45 to be fair, and then that'll be it. We'll start up in minutes where lads get a little bit more. So from week 3 onwards in terms of match time. But it was a really good game. I thought, as I say, I thought we were really good for a good hour of that game, and I include every single player on that. But then the quality showed. But that's why you take them games. So it was a great run out. They're a top side, full of class people, and I think when you look at our pitch, how good it is, and everyone knows how good it is, and it's raining and it's slick, it was always going to make for a brilliant game because how we play. Lee's complimented us himself, and it was there for us to see how well we play. But when they get the ball down and move, and they get the rotations and the forward runners, causes you a real problem. And on a good pitch, when it's wet and slick, they ask you all sorts of questions. So it was a great test.
That's the main thing. It's the test. That was the main thing out of it. Obviously, looking ahead, we've got the 2 games in Isle of Man coming up. A completely different kettle of fish in terms of opponents, in terms maybe even different styles. What are you thinking ahead of those?
Well, we know for definitely we're playing Alty on Friday night. It won't be too dissimilar to that. They're another top quality footballing outfit who are full time, which is what we want. That's why we take these games. It's why we take that tournament. It might be a bit different with being on a 4G pitch. Hopefully it rains, so it gives it a little bit of a. As I say, it was like last night, tonight, and it's slick and the ball can move a little bit quicker. But they're top tests for us because from a quality point of view, we're not at that level. Individually we are, but from team's point of view, we're not at that level. So what they do is these sides exposure, that the other friendlies that you have where you're trying to expose them don't come to light. So we'll get loads out of Friday night's game. Obviously we don't know who we're playing yet on Sunday, but that'll be another good run out. And then we're into, we've got Halifax on Tuesday, quick turnaround after the trip, which will be obviously another tough game. But that's what that's what we're looking for is to play against sides that should be better than us. And how do we unpick them?